Guten Morgen. Hello. It is October 2nd. Yay! We've got the spooky mug out, which gets used year round. We got old skull mug out, which I do drink my coffee with a straw out of because it's too curved. It's hard to get a drink out of it. It's not the most functional mug, but it holds a lot of coffee. So, yeah, we got our coffee made, skincare is on, and hair is sorted out for the day. Now, what I need to do is actually get in there and film in a little bit, but I need to do some admin stuff. This has been a very admin heavy week. I've had a lot of stuff to do for church as far as like social media work. We're in a busy season. We got a lot of ministry going on, so I've had a lot of stuff to do there, and we got a lot of just stuff happening, a lot of events. It's just that time of year. But yeah, so I've got to finish up some stuff today, post some more stuff, get it live and ready to go. I was giving some other stuff some time to breathe. So, because we got trunk or treat, we've got young adult game night, we've got a retreat coming up, we've got LW and ML Northern Zone Rally. What else is it? We're gonna have our new food bank stuff coming soon for October, which I need to find out what that is. Yeah, we got a lot happening. Yeah, and then just regular admin stuff in between that, which I'm not complaining. I'm loving it. I'm having a blast. So, anywho, about to get plan out what I need to do today, which is I'm gonna need to do like an actual list because I have quite the queue of things that need to get done. Yesterday's list was fairly beefy. The day before's list was even beefier. And I just need to mark stuff off because I didn't do that at all. I just kind of went down my list and didn't even cross things out. So I did do some demo stuff of a few things. So that got done. Yeah, we got a few things. It's gonna roll over onto today, and we've got just to do. I want to do a little quiet time this morning to get my day started because I didn't do that the last couple of mornings. I didn't get to my devotionals because I don't know, I just didn't, and I hate when I do that. I feel like I don't get off to the right foot if I don't spend a little time in my devotionals, my books. Now, that being said, I did, do my prayers and stuff, but I didn't do my, I get into my devotionals and my stuff, like my morning little routine. Sometimes it's evening, morning, at some point in the day. Sometimes I divide it up. It just depends on how my day is structured. But yeah, I'll show you that current little routine in a minute. But we did go to Books A Million last week and picked up a few things. So I was in need of some new notebooks because I've almost filled up my devotional notebook. Over here, I'll show you in a minute. I've almost filled that one up. And I've been struggling with my note-taking for class, for just Lay's Bible study class. I keep everything in a, my heating pad fell. I keep everything in this, which is my study guides. But I like to take important little snippets and stuff, and I was putting them on sticky notes in my Bible at the bottom over the commentary, because my Bible is what they call like a study journal Bible, so it has like extra space and margins you can write in and all that. So I like to write in and put things that I want to remember. I put little prayers, stuff like that in there. And yeah, it was good where I was putting too much in there. It was just like layering sticky notes. And it's like, you know what? I need to get a companion journal. A companion journal that I can put my notes in and thoughts a little bit more full and not have to worry about running out of space so much and worry about sticky notes. And it was getting a little messy looking too. So I'm still going to put my prayers and little notes in the Bible also, but it was getting a little out of hand. So I saw this at Books A Million and it was like, that one's perfect. It has all the things that I want in a notebook. While it's not a spiral notebook, which I'm a bit more partial to a spiral, it lays really flat when I open it. So yeah, it's got a little ribbon, and just look at that dark academia beauty. Books and Main's got such beautiful notebooks. Like, that's my favorite place to go for notebooks and stuff, just because I like to look at them, I like to touch them, and feel the texture of the page and all of that. It's just a thing. But look how neat and tidy my writing is in this. I love it. It's college ruled. I need a college ruled. That's my thing. And yeah, I can write really easily in here, and it's beefy, and it's also slim, and I can throw it in my bag if I want to. It's just, I really like it. It's got this beautiful texture right here. I don't know if you can even see the texture of like a almost like a quilting or lace. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. So I got that to put my notes in for Bible study. And then because I was almost full with my devotional notebook, almost filled up it, I take a lot of notes. There's a lot up here, and then there's a lot that I want to remember. And if I write it down, I remember it. And it's just like a study method that works for me. So anyway, look at this. It's the blue and white china, which I really am partial to. I don't know what it is, something about I've really come to love the blue and white china stuff. I themed our whole retreat, like graphics around it. Anyway, it's got a B and a B. Toile B journal. I love Toile. I have always loved Toile. So yeah. And it's got really nice paper in it, nice college rule. Yeah, it's perfect, and it's even pretty on the inside. And I could do this, so it won't get in the way. And it's very, very sturdy and heavy and beefy. I just thought it was so beautiful, and I was like, oh my goodness, it's perfect. My original goal was just to go get a plain black, like bullet journal style, like super boring, very serious academia. Well, what happens when I get in there? I see pretty, and I have to have the pretty. Anyway, so I got that, and I'm just love it. So it's so pretty. I'm gonna actually put that on the bookshelf for now until I'm ready for it. And that, I'm jumping ahead of myself. Hold on. My husband got a copy of the Silmarillion. He wanted a nice, like, hardback copy of it. Look how pretty. It's like it's just very pretty. Got him a little bookmark to go in it. He is a huge Lord of the Rings fan, and he just, I think, wanted something that looked pretty too. And yeah, so he got this. I'm sure he's read this at some point, or it was just beautiful and kind of hard to resist. Like, I would like to get him the whole set like this. That's usually how I actually have done most of my reading in the past, is on Kindle. Like, I'm reading C.S. Lewis on Kindle, but I have really come back around to loving having physical copies of things and enjoying that again, and just being very good old analog Anna over here. Anyway, also we got scenes from the Bible. I think I showed a little clip of this one in my last vlog, because I bought this one actually a trip to Books A Million before this last one, but it's Gustav Doré. I love his wood carvings. So yeah, like, if I could do like a gallery wall of these, I would be so happy. And this was just, I mean, just gorgeous. So we've got scenes from the Bible. They also had Dante's Inferno and Paradise Lost, which I would like to get my hands on too, but you know I was going for this one. Look how beautiful the side is. Look at that. I love this new trend with the books having the beautiful, whatever you call this part of the book. This is gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. And yeah, the back, and it's got like a little explanation in verse of what's going on in each scene. It's just one of those things you could just sit down and just thumb through, and really, it's actually, I would think, a nice version of a devotional, where you could take this and just focus on one of the paintings or one of the pictures every day, read the verse that goes with it, or like the chapter where it comes from, and, you know, write what the pictures and stuff, write down what it's pulling out of you. I think that could be a really fun exercise. And yeah, that's cool. It's cool. You know, you could like write a prayer based on it. I could come up with a whole study guide, a whole devotional study with this if you let me. Should I do? Ooh, that could be a fun career for me. Here, I'm nearly 40 years old. That could be a fun career for me. Trying to declutter my little nook here, my nest. But is that going well? Something else I kind of want to get into doing today a little bit is tidying up around the bookshelf today and getting my pumpkins out and decorating a little bit. My back is very tight today, not happy. So I'm just going to do what I can a little bit. And yeah, I want to, of course, dust first. Put away anything that's too like spring looking. And yeah, I need to put some books on the shelf. I have a box of books I've decluttered that need to go. And yeah, so I'm just going to do a little sorting on the bookcase today, this afternoon. That's going to be a little couple day project. I think I'll vlog. So yeah, we got that going on today. And just wanted to put out my pumpkins because it's spooky season and I'm ready. So ready for that. And it feels actually pretty cool in here today. I don't think it's cold outside though. I think my husband just cranked the air down. Well, it's 71 degrees out today. I mean, it's still a high of 89 today. It'll get a little cool during the week, a little bit. I'm gonna do my devotionals now. Oh, make my to-do list, do my devotionals, and then get in the studio and get to filming. And yeah, and get this coffee in me. All right, so yeah, this is the notebook that I'm currently like working on through my devotions. And it's gonna be filled up in no time because yeah, I write a lot. This started as a just like Bible study back in 2024. I make notes like what I do with each notebook, and that just consists of me just writing down random verses because I didn't really know what I was doing that much then. Was not guided, and then it was Sunday service notes, and now it is a daily devotional and thoughts. So yeah, we're gonna need to get into that. But see, this one I had to really like break the spine to make it lay flat. So I love the way it looks, but it's not functional enough for me. Function and looks has to be both be there. So within my daily devotional though, I go through the daily readings in the Treasure Your Daily Prayer, which is just that. It has the daily prayers, it's the lectionary readings for the day, and you can get the actual physical book and then you like, pull your Bible out and go to the readings for that day and stuff. But if you have the In Prayer app from CPH, you can essentially pay $10 a year and have the Treasure Your Daily Prayer on your phone. And it's going to have all the Psalms. It has all the liturgies. It has prayers. It has canticles. And then it also has the daily devotional readings. You can skip to different dates. You can bookmark ones that you like. So that's what I do, is just use this because it's easy. And when I'm traveling, I have it with me. And on the go, like sometimes you just need to read some prayers on the go. And it's really good. So today's devotion and the readings for the lectionary readings that we go through, it'll be like for today, for October 2nd, we've got the Psalmody, which will be a psalm. Old Testament reading, which is coming from Deuteronomy 3. New Testament reading, which is Matthew 7, 1 through 12. Then it'll have a writing, which is going to be like a sermon or some writing from one of the early church fathers, something like that. So it'll be either, like Reformation era pastors, and then patristics, like the early church fathers will have like St. Augustine, St. John Chrysostom, Bernard of Clairvaux, stuff like that. C.S.W. Walther will be in here sometimes, Martin Luther, Chemnitz, various people. So today the writing is coming from Johann Gerhard, who is a Reformation era Lutheran. So we'll have a writing from him today to read, which those are really nice. They usually coincide and tie into whatever the lectionary reading is. So it'll be like taken from like a sermon or something, a teaching they did on that reading for the day. Our readings, I think, align with the Catholic Church's lectionary and possibly Anglican. I'm not 100% sure on that one. I think we follow kind of roughly the same liturgical calendar and stuff. So then we'll have the hymnody, which will just be a verse from a hymn. I don't know the melodies to a lot of them, so I just kind of do a melody I know. If I sing it, most of the time I just read it. So today we have Lord of all nations, grant me graces. And that is from the Lutheran Service Book, page 844, verse 3. And then we'll have a prayer of the day. And then it ends with a suggested reading from the Book of Concord, which is always good just to read. It that contains like the large, small catechisms, Augsburg Confession, small called articles, apology for the Augsburg Confession. What else is in there? I'm blanking. It's basically the creeds. It is the Lutheran confession of what we all agree. We all agree on kind of thing. Mostly, the key thing being the Apostles' Creed. So, anyways, it's just that it was more. A lot of it is just writings that were the Reformation era, back and forth with Rome and the princes at the time and stuff. And it's just where it lays out things so well, though, that some of it, of course, applies just to the specific context of the time, but most of it is very timeless, and it has been a really good guide to keep things on track. It's a good guardrail, Anyway, I can explain more about Book of Concord if you're ever interested in that, or I can link you to stuff. So anyway, we have, a suggested reading from age. It's just good to read. Like today we're reading from the Apology of the Augsburg Confession, 14 through 23, the number and uses of the sacraments. So a lot of this is just going back and forth with Rome, basically saying, okay, this is what we do. It's not much different what you do. I don't know why you have a problem with it, kind of thing. And here's what we might not agree with you about, whatever. It was them debating, and it's really cool to read. And yeah, so this is just talking about the sacraments. And that is what I do there daily. I'll read through that, make some notes, And then I have my Faith Alone book from Kelly, which is a daily devotional. And it is sermons from Martin Luther, and they always seem to be very timely and apt, whichever one I read. I'll go like 2 or 3 days, not doing any devotionals or something, just because it just happens that way. And I'll pick it up, and it will be the most apt sermon ever. So I think today I'll have Strength of God's Word, and the verse that this sermon's going to be based on is John 6:68 through 69. And it's just a little short portion of a sermon. It's been kind of updated modern language, so it's easy to understand and follow, because they were in German originally. There's some humor there. Martin Luther was funny. He was a witty man. Anyway, we also have reading the Psalms with Luther. This I've been going through and reading, a psalm a day. So what this has in it is a psalm, as well as explaining the psalm. It goes just through them, start to end. So it'll have the psalm itself. It'll have explaining the psalm, like what it's about. So it'll say like today we're on the 16th psalm, or Psalm 16 rather. And this one, what it's talking about Christologically, and what part of the what commandments it might apply to, what articles of the Apostles' Creed it applies to, or works, coincides with, and what petition of the Lord's Prayer. A lot of our stuff is based on just those 3 things: the 10 Commandments, Apostles' Creed, Lord's Prayer. I'm also working through this little book here. This is called Words of Peace and Protection, Devotions for Women. And this was compiled by Donna Snow, who I absolutely love. I just watched a class with her the other day. She's just a wonderful lady. And so today's little reading is going to be Afraid of the Dark. And these are just kind of based around Psalms, and it's people just talking about some tough stuff and how God helped them overcome their fears. A lot of this stuff was written like during COVID, so it's, you know, pretty recent. And just people, just talking about how they found strength through God to power through. And I find myself highlighting and making some notes from this one. And I used to think, oh, I don't want to highlight anything in a book like this because I might want to give it to somebody. But as I have gotten books from other people and seen what they highlight, I actually really like that. So, because to me, it's a little bit, a very intimate connection there of seeing what meant something to them. I'm like, oh, cool. Or to somebody, if you don't even know who it is. I think it's really nice. So I've been highlighting a few things in here, and I make notes in my notebook from it. Because sometimes there's something one of the authors will say, and she's like, oh, I need to remember that. And I'll write it down. And then I read a chapter of Revelations of Divine Love a day, which is a medieval book. And it is also gets highlighted because it has such a beautiful, beautiful language in it. But it is written by Juliana Norwich. She was very, very ill, about to die. And she had some visions of Christ. And it's her talking about them. And it's just the most beautiful writing you'll ever read. She wrote this at the age of 30 in May of 1373. And then my academic side of things, I'm still working through Called to Be God's People. I'm making some decent progress. I'm trying to do a couple chapters a week, depending on the length of them. Sometimes I do a chapter a day. Just depends. And I'm really trying to work my way through here. It's been such a edifying book. I've learned so much about the Old Testament from this right here. Just, and seeing all the typology and everything in it. This is a good book. This is a really, really good book. If you're wanting to deep dive into the Old Testament a little bit more, this is a good place to start. And I think there's one that even goes further after this. And then there's one on the New Testament, which I think I'm going to move on to the New Testament after finally get through this one. No telling how long it's going to take me. Speaking of Donna Snow, I have a couple of her Bible studies here. So this one is the one on Joseph that I've been kind of working through, which I had to put to the side because I had too many things going for a minute. So we have that one. And then my pastor's wife gave me this one about forgiveness, and I just watched her class on that. And I'm very, very excited to get into this one because she is talking about some things with forgiveness that I have not considered and probably need to consider. I deal with, I have a lot of old pent up feelings that maybe I need to work through, and I think she'll help me do that. Anyway, I love Donna Snow. I think she is, well, it says Pyle here, she's Donna Snow. But I really, really enjoy her style. She manages to educate you and you learn while you're reading through her stuff, but you also, it's like therapy at the same time. It's very devotional. It's very much self-reflecting, which I don't always jive. Sometimes I think it's just a lot of self-aggrandizing sometimes. In some devotionals, it can be just it's more self-help than it is devotional. Hers are Christ first devotionals that also offer you a hint of that in a proper ordered way to me. Does that make sense? I feel like sometimes these things get a little too self-helpy and a little too girl bossy, I guess. I don't know. And I'm like, that's about you. It's not about Christ. It should be about Christ always. That's the point. And her stuff is Christ-centered. And I mean, she actually does a lot of stuff with Old Testament. She manages to have the heart and the head in her stuff, which I really enjoy, because I like a little bit of both, heart and head. And that's one thing I did really very much enjoy about like this one. It's very academic, but it also has a lot of faith in it and very Christ focused. It's not secular academic. It's actually, you know, Christ-centered academia. And these are all Lutheran authors, by the way. So, anywho, I got these now together. I'm excited. So, I'm excited to do the forgiveness one. Her class was so lovely. It was just a little 30-minute class a couple days ago, and she's going to do a second one. Oh, I think on the 4th? No. Yeah. 4th? Next week. She's doing another one. And I'm looking forward to that one as well. She is just so lovely. She's just the most warm, loving personality that, like, she's someone you immediately, like, want to talk to and be, like, best friends with her. She's got good energy. Okay, so now that I've yapped at you about my devotional life, that is a lot, I'm going to get started on it, and then I'm going to do my to-do list and get to the studio and actually film because I need to do that today. And then after all that, I have to do some editing and, of course, do some social media work. So let's open up the old computer. I got another email here. I'm drinking double caffeine today. So my friend Suzette is letting me borrow her daughter's Keurig until I get my coffee situation sorted. I'm using a drip pot right now, but she's like, we got an extra Keurig here. So I was like, well, okay. Because sometimes you just want the ease of a Keurig. And she gave me a couple of K-Cups to go with it just till I get to the store. And one of them's the Black Rifle Waken the Neighbors, I think is what it's called. It's the double caffeine, so that's what I'm having right now. So look out. Let's be productive humans. Okay guys, we've just done 2 videos. I was actually going to do like a huge one big fall edit video, but I ended up thinking about it. I was like, you know, that's going to be way too much for one video. We're going to divide it up and we're going to do like fall week, where I'm going to do favorite blushes for fall, favorite lippies for fall, favorite eyeshadow palettes for fall, because I'm excessive and cannot narrow things down. Hello, puppy. Hi, hi, hi. She just got into the trash. I need to go clean that up. Get back into my comfy shirt. This is the look I did today. Look at that. Huh? I had fun. Pebbles, what are you doing? She's just rolling around at my feet. Goofing. She's goofing. I actually need to bring these palettes to the living room because I do want to get some B-roll with them. But I'm not doing that today. I'm going to go put back on my comfy shirt and let's import footage and maybe work on dusting the entertainment center. I don't know. That might be a tomorrow project too. Depends on how much I get finished today. It is already 3:14. Let's see what we can get done.